of Python new features. We covered the first new feature walrus operator in the last video, okay, which came in the Python 3.8 version. Yeah, in the Python 3.8 version as the part of PEP 572. What is the meaning of PEP, sir? Python enhancement proposal. Okay, like the part of PEP 572, the walrus operator came. Okay, now the next new feature what we have to discuss is, can you please read each and every person what I'm trying to take, sir? Positional only, positional only parameter. What is this concept? Can you please confirm? Positional only parameter. This concept also came in Python 3.8 version as the part of PEP 570 Python enhancement proposal. So 570, this positional only parameter, this concept came in the 3.8 version, right? But to understand this, okay, let me start some more basic theoretical things. I will explain. At last, I will talk about what is the need of this enhancement. Without this, what problems we faced. So because of this, what advantages we are going to get. All these things I will explain. Okay. So please take a bit very special care about this. Sir, do you know functions concept? Have you ever heard about the functions concept, right? Yes, code reusability purpose, we can go for functions. Okay, like suppose I have a function is there, sir. Okay, def calc function is there, a comma b, calc function is there, a comma b. Print, assume that the sum, print assume the sum is a plus b. Next, the difference is a minus b. The difference is a minus b, a minus b, like sir, the product is a into b. Okay, like I'm trying to take. Sir, now can I call this calc function multiple times or not? Can you please confirm? Can I call this calc function multiple times or not? Yes, any number of times you can call. There is no problem at all. Sir, here first time 10, 20, but second time 100, 200, third time 1000, 2000. Like we are calling this function multiple times. Okay. Now have a look once about this terminology, right? If I execute this one, yes, first time, okay, second time, okay, like the second time and the third time, like, sir, how many times I'm writing this function? Can you please confirm? How many times I write this function? Only once, only once. But how many times we are calling this function? Any number of times you can call. Any number, 3 times I'm calling this function in our example, any number of times, right? Now the point here is, the biggest advantage of functions concept is code reusability. I hope everyone having the idea. Have you observed this code repeatedly required? This repeatedly required code inside a function I'm keeping, and I'm calling that function multiple times. Okay, well, now my question is, these things are parameters. Remember this one, sir. These things are parameters. Okay, A and B are A and B are parameters. Okay, parameters. Now I want to call this. Okay, I want to call this. These things are arguments. Remember this one, sir. These things are arguments 10, 20. These things are by default considered as arguments, but in general, interchangeably, parameters and arguments we can use. There is no problem at all. Interchangeably, anything we can use itself is acceptable. Any doubt? Please respond. Have you observed it? What the argument? What is the parameter? Okay, like interchangeably, any name we can use, no issue at all. Okay, like. So now, how many types of arguments are there, or how many types of parameters are there in our regular concept, regular Python classes? I covered how many people remembered? I'm not sure. There are 4 types of parameters or 4 types of arguments are there, sir. Anyone, can you please tell what is the first one? Positional parameters. Positional parameter. Second one, sir, keyword parameter, keyword argument. What is the second type, sir? Anyone, can you please tell? Keyword arguments or positional arguments. positional arguments. Next, keyword arguments, keyword argument. The third one, default arguments, default arguments, default arguments. Fourth one, sir, variable length arguments, variable length arguments. Okay, like we covered these four things, no problem at all, sir. Now I hope you have already idea about these things, right? Okay, in addition to that, two more two more special types of arguments I have to talk, so that thing itself is the enhancement. But anyway, observe that, sir. Okay, now here just take a bit very special care about this. Suppose here I have, okay, now my requirement is just observe calci. Okay, calci is there now, or otherwise, okay, sub is there, function is there, son, ab. Okay, print the difference. I'm taking the difference is a minus b. I'm trying to take, sir. That's all, sir. Now here I want to take sub of 10 comma 20. Okay, so now observe very carefully, sir. So can you please tell what is the a value? Please confirm. What is the a value? A value is 10. What is the b value? 20. 20. So I didn't specify a is the 10 and b is the 20. But how it is going to be there? Because based on positional order. In which position we are passing, based on the positional order, automatically the values will be considered. First value for the first argument, second value to the second argument. Okay, like these are type of arguments are by default considered positional arguments. Remember these ones are positional arguments. Now what is the answer? By default we are going to get, yes, observe carefully, the difference is 10. We are minus 10 we are going to get. The difference is minus 10 we are going to get. Now my question is, in the positional arguments, the number of arguments must be matched or not? We respond. The number of arguments, must be matched or not? Yes, the number of arguments must be matched, and order is also important. Okay, positional arguments, the number of arguments must be matched, and order is also important, sir. 10 is the a value, 20 is the b value. If I interchange the order, your result may be changing. Okay, if I interchange the order, then the result there may be a chance of change. Okay, like now observe, instead of 10 20, 10 20 10, if I can take, array, earlier I got minus 10 as the answer, but now I'm getting 10 as the answer. Okay, like so what the thing here, in the case of positional argument, the number of arguments must be matched. Next, the order is important. Order and the number both are important. Okay, like yes. Any doubt about positional arguments? Okay, it is not new feature. Don't worry at all. First, you have to get the basic idea. Matter of few minutes. Okay, I will tell very briefly. Don't worry, sir. Any explanation is required about this? What is the meaning of positional arguments? Okay, well. Now I can I can pass the values by keyword also. Okay, by keyword also. Such type of things are by default considered keyword arguments. Remember very carefully about this one, sir. What is the keyword argument? So we can pass the values by keyword means parameter name. Remember this one, sir. By keyword, which is nothing but parameter name. Okay, like how you can do that? Sir, here call sub a is equal to 10, comma b is equal to 20. Have you observed? We are passing a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Now what is the a value? Can you please confirm what is the a value? A value is always 10. B value is 20. Now what is the output? By default you are going to get the difference is the minus 10. Okay, well, now my question is, sir, can I change order or not? Please confirm. Can I change order or not? Is it valid or not? Order is important or not important? Order is important or not important? Order is not important, not important. In any order you can take. So B is always 20 only, A is always 10. Here order is not important. A value. Yeah, so which is the A value, right? It is always going to consider A is this one. Or a B value, it is always going to consider B is like order wise is not important, but number of arguments must be matched. Okay, in both cases we are getting the same. That's why. So number of arguments must be matched. Number of arguments must be matched. Number of arguments must be matched. Next, order is not important. Order is not important. Like we covered already this one, sir. Any explanation is required about keyword arguments? Please confirm. We are passing values by keyword. Such type of thing is by default considered as keyword arguments. Remember very carefully, right? So now just very briefly I'm explaining all the things, right? Can I use both the things together or not? Okay, so yeah, is it possible to pass positional arguments and keyword arguments both together or not? Yes, it is possible. Is it going to work or not? Yes, it's going to work. Or can I pass like this one or not? A is equal to 10 and then 20 I'm trying to take. So can you please confirm? So can I use both together or not? Yes, positional arguments, keyword arguments together we can use, but please make sure if you want to use both the first positional and then keyword arguments. Okay, after keyword argument you can't take positional argument. After keyword argument you can't take positional argument at the time of calling. Okay, now A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, something like that. So this one is invalid, but the first one is perfectly valid. Now observe this one. So here syntax error, positional argument follows keyword argument. Positional argument follows keyword argument, like we are getting some problem. Now, so first one only valid, perfectly it's going to work. So take a bit very special care because our topic is positional only. That's why first you should have clarity about what is the positional and what is the keyword argument. Okay, like now, yeah, take a bit special care. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, something like I'm taking, sir. What is this concept? What is this one? Do you know? So if you are not passing any values, if we are not passing any value, default values will be considered. Such type of arguments are by default considered default arguments. If we are not passing any values, then default values are going to be considered default arguments. Okay, like so. If I can take like what is the answer we are going to get now? What the answer we are going to get now? Okay, so the answer is 0. 0 we are going to get. 0 minus 0 means 0, because A value, B value we are not required to pass. Automatically it's going to consider. That's why it is default. Like sir, can you please confirm, is it valid or not? Please confirm. Yeah, please confirm, is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? No, because default arguments must be last arguments. After default argument, non-default argument you can't take. After default argument, non-default argument you can't take. Observe that syntax error. Non-default argument follows default argument. So after non-default argument we can, after default argument we can't take non-default arguments. Okay, so arguments with the default values. Arguments with the default values. So after default argument we can't take non-default arguments. Okay, like so. Clear for you people? Not required to keep any explanation. Yes, just all these things are already our known thing. I'm keeping something like warm up kind of thing. Don't worry. Now, have you remembered we can declare F1 star args also? Okay, print of args, like I'm taking, sir. We can call this a function by passing any number of arguments. Any number of arguments. Have you observed, right? We can call this argument, we can call this function by passing any number of arguments. Okay, you can pass no argument, you can pass one argument, you can pass two arguments, three arguments, four arguments, like so 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, like all these things are going to work out or not? Can you please confirm? Yes, friends. Can you please confirm? Is it going to work out or not? Yes, yes, definitely. Okay. Now, in all cases, yes, it's going to print tuple. Okay. Now, all these things by default will be converted into tuple. Like yes, it is into the tuple. Okay, like so that's why it is the valid for all these things. It will be used. This type of thing is by default considered, yeah, variable length arguments. Variable length arguments, we can call this a function by passing any number of values, and all values will be converted into tuple. All these values will be converted into tuple of values will be there. How you can access first value, second value? Like in our regular Python sessions, I hope we covered very clearly about these things. These are not new features, so that's why I'm not keeping that much importance for this. Okay, like suppose if I can take star star sir kw arcs. Sometimes we may use star star kw arcs. Like have you remembered, right? What is the meaning of this one? We can pass any number of keyword arguments. Any number of keyword arguments. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30, D is equal to 40, something like we can take. Do you know all these things with all these key value pairs internally will be converted into dictionary. Internally will be converted into dictionary. So we can call this a function by passing any number of keyword argument, and all these keyword arguments will be converted into dictionary. Okay, kw args, if I print what will happen, sir? It will become a dictionary. Very very important for the entire room. What is the difference between star arcs and the star star kw arcs? Remember this one, sir. We can call this a function by passing any number of arguments, and so these arguments will become tuple like but we can call this a function by passing any number of keyword argument, and these keyword arguments will become dictionary. Any doubt? Please confirm. Okay, but anyway, default arguments and the keyword variable length arguments, we are not required to worry. Our concentration is always, okay, with respect to the new features, our concentration is always about the positional and the keyword arguments. Please make sure, sir. So if I can take a comma b, okay, print a comma b. Can you please print a and b values? Okay, like now f1 of 10 comma 20. What is this one? What is this concept? These arguments are called positional arguments or not? Please confirm. These arguments are called positional arguments or not? Yes, yes, okay, yes. So positional, perfect. Suppose if I can call a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, these are things are what? Keyword arguments. Someone is asking about keyword. We are passing values by keyword. These arguments are by default considered keyword arguments. Okay, like next, one small thing. How many people coming from other languages like C language, Java language, C++? Anyone? Can you please confirm? Anyone coming from Java, C, C++? Like in Java language, we have this concept is there. Mega Gupta live. Yes, in Java language, this concept is there, sir. Okay, you can call. But is this type of method a call? Is it possible in Java? Anyone? I want to pass the values by keyword. Do you have any this type of facility in Java? Sorry, not there. Is this type of facility there in C language? Sorry, not there. Remember this one, sir. Keyword arguments is available in the Python, but in C language, C++, Java, we are not having any such type of facility. It is the Python specific. Don't worry, sir. So C language always going to use positional arguments only. Java language always going to use positional arguments only. Keyword argument, such type of story, not there in C language. Please take a bit special care because I require this point somewhere in the next. Okay, well, now, sir, if I have a function a comma b comma star args, comma star star kw args. Okay, like you can understand what is the meaning of these words. I respond. What is the meaning of these words? You can understand, right? Sir, A and B are parameters. Here any number of argument. Here any number of keyword arguments. Like you have clarity about this. But now the next thing. Listen very carefully, sir. Okay. I have a function is there. Okay. My function is star comma A comma B. Wow. Here, listen carefully. Star comma A comma B. A comma B. So A comma B. Can you please print A and B values? Have you ever saw this type of syntax? Have you ever saw this type of syntax? Array, just now I told star arcs I told, but star arcs immediate. But here star comma A comma B. Sir, is this a syntax? Is it valid or invalid? Is this a syntax? Is it valid or invalid? Okay, because we never saw this type of thing. We never saw this type of thing in our regular sessions. Okay, now observe that. Let me execute this code. Either Python virtual machine is going to kill left and right or not. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. Yes. Yeah, observe carefully. Arni, valid. I'm not seeing any problem at all. I'm not seeing any problem at all. It is perfectly valid. Yes. What it means is, now observe. So if we are taking star and then some parameters, the parameters which are declared after star, these parameters are called keyword only parameters. This one we didn't discuss in the last sessions. Keyword only parameters. Yes, now the extensions are coming, enhancements we are talking, sir. Keyword only parameters. Keyword parameters is the different. Keyword only. Array, if I have a comma b is there, how you can pass values? Can you please confirm how you can pass values? You can pass the values by positional parameters, or we can pass the values by keyword. No problem at all. We have two ways are there. You can choose based on your comfort. You can choose anything. So both are going to work. No problem at all. Yes, well, it is valid, right? So you can pass the values either by keyword or by positional. No problem at all. But I'm taking star. Okay. So if we have after star, whatever parameters are there, these parameters will become keyword only parameters. Okay. These parameters will become keyword only parameters. Yes, after star, all parameters will become keyword only parameters. Okay, at the time of calling we should pass values by keyword only. Remember, right? Okay, at the time of calling compulsory we should pass values by keyword only. Means yes, can you please confirm, is this one is going to work or not? Respond. Is it going to work or not? Yes, I'm passing the values for A and B. Keyword only. Keyword only. Yes. What is the problem? Observe. Happily it's working, sir. Now, if I can take like F1 of 10 comma 20, I'm taking, sir. Can you please confirm? Is it valid or invalid? Second one, sir. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Python virtual machine will give left and right. Hey, these names are important. Compulsory you should pass values by names only, by keyword only. But you are passing by positional. Now observe carefully what error we are going to get, sir. Observe. F1 takes zero positional arguments, but two were given. Have you observed? It won't take any positional arguments. So F1 won't take any positional arguments. Takes zero positional argument, but two were given. Means you are giving two arguments, right? Not two positional, but this function won't take any positional argument because it's always expecting keyword arguments only. Remember carefully, right? Suppose I'm taking F1 of 10 comma B is equal to 20. Is it possible? Our response 10 comma B is equal to 20. No, no, no. Because after star for all parameters, compulsory we should pass. Compulsory we required. We should pass positional. Here type error. F1 takes zero positional argument, but one positional zero positional arguments, but one positional argument were given. One positional argument were given. Like we are going to get the error. Yes, take a bit very special care for the intro urums sir. So I want to restrict the user. You should pass values by keyword only. So how to declare such type of keyword only parameters? By using star notation. Star in the function declaration means all parameters after star, these parameters will become a keyword only. At the time of passing values, compulsory you should pass keyword only. Any doubt? Feeling comfortable? This is the new point. Anyone, can you please explain these keyword only parameters? Keyword only parameters. In which version this concept came? Respond. Because you people are the big creators, right? You can create. In which version this concept came? Keyword only parameters concept came in which version? Respond. Yes or no? Or at least if you don't know the answer, can you please guess some number? So I want to blame you, even you are telling wrong answer. Okay, I won't blame you even you are telling wrong answer. Don't worry at all. In which version? In which version this concept came? Keyword only arguments came in Python 3 point. Python 3 point. Wow, excellent. 3.9, 3.7, 3.8. Okay, in 3.0 version only. Have you observed in Python 3x from beginning onwards this concept is there, but very unfortunate we don't know about this concept. Okay, really believe me, even I too don't know about this concept, but just for enhancements whenever I'm referring, I got this one. So it is not at all new concept. It is so from Python 3.0 version onwards only it is available. Okay, remember this. So keyword only arguments, how you can declare with a star kind of notation. Okay, well, next yeah, okay, someone is asking about chardata. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, someone is asking about there are two doubts are there. Don't worry, both the doubts I will clarify. Please make sure, sir, both the doubts I will clarify. 1 minute. Yeah, here observe what is about def f1 a star bc. Perfect, our knowledge may be helpful. Okay, can you please tell for a, okay, listen very carefully, sir. For a we can pass, we can pass. So for a we can pass the value. We can pass value either by positional positional or keyword. Okay, positional or keyword, correct, right? We can pass value either by positional or keyword, no problem at all. But for B and C, compulsory we should pass keyword only. Remember this one. But for B and C, compulsory we should use keyword only. Any doubt? Yes, who is asking this question? Chardata, are you feeling comfortable? Okay, A, you can pass either by keyword or by positional, but B and C must be compulsory keyword only. Now observe, print A comma B comma C. Just I'm trying to print the value. Now I'm taking f1 of 10. f1 of 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to 30. Can you please confirm, is it valid or not? Please respond. Is it valid or not? Valid, valid. Okay, valid, valid, like this, right? Now observe carefully. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 30, like this, right? Suppose if I can take, sir, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and c is equal to 30. Sorry, it is the invalid. Sorry, it is the invalid. Okay, now observe. F1 takes one positional argument, but you provided two arguments. You provided two positional arguments. Okay, like this one will become invalid. Clear, right? Please confirm. Yeah. Okay. Now here someone is asking about def star a and b, star a and then b comma c. Worry about these things. Okay, no problem. Here this is perfectly valid. Okay, it is perfectly valid for both a and b. If you want to pass the value, compulsory we require to pass the value by keywords only. Okay, here a comma b. If you want to pass the value by keyword only, you should pass the value. By keyword only, you should pass the value. If I can take 10, is it valid or invalid? Hey, is it valid or invalid? This one is invalid. This one is invalid. Okay, like Navabjan, invalid. So for A and B, if you want to pass, compulsory you should pass by keyword only. Compulsory we should pass by keyword only. Remember this one, sir. Okay, like so. This is perfectly valid. Only keyword, only by keyword only you have to pass. Okay. Now, what about this one, sir? What about this? Can you please confirm what will happen in this case? If I can take like a star a is equal to 10, b comma c. Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? 1 minute. 1 minute. Now observe this. I have one small doubt. After default arguments. So is it possible to take keyword arguments or not? Yes, perfectly valid in this case. But compulsory at the time, of passing, we should, at the time of calling, we should pass by keyword only. Okay, it is valid, right? After default arguments. So because keyword only arguments you can take, no problem at all. So these values will become keyword only arguments. Keyword only arguments. Yes. Okay. So compulsory you should pass values. F1 of 10, 20, 30. Is it valid or invalid? Or respond. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Now observe. It is taking zero positional argument, but three were given. So compulsory for B and C also. We should pass keyword arguments only. Okay, remember. Like yeah. Someone is asking about this one. What will happen, sir? What will happen if I can take like this? Anyone, can you please confirm? What will happen if I can take like this? What will happen? Python virtual machine is going to give left and right. Python virtual machine is going to give left and right. Because what is the meaning of this star? Star we have to take, okay, like R, okay, like, sir, syntax error, named arguments must follow bear star something like. Okay, it is the syntax error. There is no impact. There is no meaning of this one. Okay, if I can take a comma c, is it meaningful? Comma c, is it meaningful? Yes, because the reason for that, c will become keyword only, but a and b position are keyword arguments. Clear, right? Yeah, excellent. Now, do you know? Yeah, it is also valid, Suhasini. Okay, you can analyze variable length. It's a valid. Sir, now take very special care about this one. Sir, up to this, you people should aware one new point: how to declare keyword only arguments. Keyword only arguments. Okay, like now there is one concept which came. There is one concept which came. Okay, that concept is positional only arguments. positional only arguments. Okay, like what is the meaning of positional only arguments? Very, very important, sir. Very, very important. Boss, you should pass values by positional arguments only. We should pass values by positional only arguments. Positional only arguments means keyword arguments you can't use. How we can do that, sir? If it is the keyword only argument, which symbol we use? Can you please confirm? If it is the keyword only argument, which symbol we use? Can you please spell out? Okay, star we use. If it is the positional only arguments, which symbol we require to use is forward slash. Remember this one, sir. What is this one? Forward slash. This symbol we require to use. Forward slash. Okay, like so all parameters, okay, before forward slash will become positional only parameters. Remember this one will become positional only parameters. All parameters before forward slash will become positional only parameters are not after, before. Okay, like now observe that a comma b comma forward slash, like I'm trying to take print a comma b. Okay, so all parameters before forward slash, left to forward slash a and b, these are two things will become positional only parameters. You should pass values by positional arguments only. We can't use keyword arguments. Okay, remember very carefully about this terminology, right? F1 of 10 comma 20, valid or not? Respond. Is it valid or not? 100% pakka it is valid, because we are passing by positional arguments. Now observe, valid, right? If I can take, if I can take f1 of 10, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Okay, immediately Python virtual machine will give left and right. Hey, these are positional only. How you can provide keyword by using keyword? How you can provide? Okay, like sir, now observe the type f1 got some positional only arguments. F1 got positional only arguments, but arguments passed as keyword arguments and B. Array, you are passing the keyword argument, but it is expecting positional arguments only. Like this, we are going to get. Okay, this is slash concept, positional only argument. This concept came in which version, sir? Python 3.8 version. Yeah, the part of. So this concept came in Python 3.8 version. Yes, at the part of pep sir 570. Okay, at the part of pep 570 Python enhancement proposal 570. This concept came. Clear? Are you feeling comfortable? What about forward slash? What is the benefit and so on? We will discuss about this. Don't worry. So now clear for you people, not required to keep much explanation. So what is the meaning of star? Okay, after star, if you are having any parameters, what is the meaning of that? Okay, before forward slash, if any parameters are there, what is the meaning of that? Please take a bit special care about this. How to declare positional only parameters, how to declare keyword only parameters. That's what you should have clarity, right? Suppose I'm taking, yes, okay, suppose I'm trying to take def f1 of a comma b comma forward slash, okay, c comma d comma, sir, like a star, e comma f I'm trying to take. Okay, let me print, let me print. So a comma b comma c comma d comma e comma f I'm trying to take, sir. Yeah, please take a bit very, very special care. In this example, for a and b, we should pass keyword only or positional only? A and B are positional only parameters. Positional only parameters. Remember this one. A and B are positional only parameters. Compulsory we should pass the values by position only. Okay, like A and B. Next, sir, C and D. For C and D. For C and D. So we can pass C and D are positional or keyword. Okay, positional or keyword parameters. Correct or not? You can pass either by positional or by keyword, no problem at all. So C and D. Next, E and F. E and F are keyword only parameters. Keyword only parameters. Remember this one. Wow. So now observe, my function is taking positional only. Next either position or keyword. Next keyword only. All the things are applicable. Now I'm trying to take f1 of 10 comma 20 comma 30. D is equal to 40. D is equal to 40. E is equal to 50. Next f is equal to 60. I'm trying to take. Please confirm, is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Respond. Is it valid or not? Valid. Valid. A and B positional. C you can use anything. Positional or keyword. D you can use anything. Positional or keyword. But E and F must be keyword only. Now have a look once. Perfectly. Itself is valid. No problem at all. Okay. Now here see this one. I'm trying to take 10. B is equal to 20. C is equal to 30. Okay, like I'm trying to take. Please confirm, is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Oi, respond. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid, invalid. For B, compulsory we should pass positional only, but you are passing keyword. Keyword. Okay. Now have a look once. Type error. B got the positional only argument, but passed as a keyword argument. Now the problem is coming here. Okay. Next, if I can take like this, can you please confirm, is it going to work or not? Is it going to work or not? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 50, and then f is equal to 60. Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? No, 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 no. It is invalid. What the problem is? E compulsory we should pass keyword only, but you are passing as a positional. Now here observe, F1 takes a 4 positional argument, but 5 positional arguments were given. Okay, F1 is taking, sir, here type error. F1 takes 4 positional arguments, but 5 positional arguments were given. Okay, like please take a bit very special care about this terminology. Are you feeling comfortable? What is the meaning of star? What is the meaning of slash? Before forward slash, any parameters are there. All are positional. All are positional. So after star, after star, okay? After star, whatever parameters are there, these things will become keyword. Okay, like so. Vardhan Gupta is asking about possible permutations and combinations. Okay, like what will happen in this case? Okay. Now observe that there is a function is there. What happened in this case? This is about is a doubt. Okay, now listen carefully. Okay, we will analyze, don't worry. Now here def f1 def f1. Okay, like I'm taking now. Here see this one. So after star, whatever parameters are there, okay, will become what? Keyword arguments. But before slash, whatever parameters are there will become positional. Now my doubt is now my doubt is ABC are keyword or positional? Can you please confirm? Just he's keeping something like a check. He's keeping something like check. check for the king. Okay, now is it positional or is it keyword? Okay, so if I'm considering star, it will become keyword. If I use this one, then automatically it will become positional. Now observe, let me consider that. I hope how my Python virtual machine is going to behave in this case. Yes, have you observed, right? Invalid syntax, invalid syntax. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? Invalid syntax. What is the reason for that is, so this is the way we have to follow. Okay, so F1, first we have to declare positional arguments, and then we have to declare positional or keyword arguments, and then we have to declare keyword only arguments. Observe carefully. Yes, are you feeling comfortable? Vardhan, first we require to declare positional arguments, and then we have to declare positional or keyword arguments, and then we have to declare keyword only arguments. So if you are taking like this, sorry, so we are not in a position to decide these are keyword or positional. Python virtual machine is also not in a position to decide. That's why it is a syntactical mistake. You should not declare like this. Okay, now what I'm trying to take is, now observe this one. Now let me take this slash somewhere here. I'm taking. Next, let me take this star somewhere here. Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or not? Is it acceptable or not? Please confirm. Yes. Yes. Okay. First positional, and then keyword only. Don't worry. Itself is acceptable. We never facing any problem at all. That's what. Yeah. Good. Up to this. Are you feeling comfortable about this bloody star and forward slash? What is the meaning of that? Okay. Well, next, why this positional only parameters concept in 3.8 version? Why these things came? Am I really getting an advantage or not? Am I really getting an advantage or not? Okay. Now, so let me talk about these things, right? Very important, sir. So problems without positional only arguments, problems without positional only arguments like sir, what we call star star kw args. This is also variable length arguments only. Sandeep, variable length keyword arguments, okay. So problems without positional only arguments. So I'm not having this concept because until 3.8 version I'm not having this concept. What kind of problems we faced, why forcefully this concept came in Python. Okay, in Python 3.8 version. Okay, like multiple cases I will discuss. So if you know the problem with this concept, that problem solved. So I can use it is the advantage, right? What that concept is, case one. Okay, here listen carefully. I have a function is there, display function is there, sir. Listen carefully, right? Name is equal to name comma age comma name comma age comma r num, like this I'm trying to take. Print name name. Okay, like sir, I'm just printing the name. Next, age I'm trying to print the age, and the roll number roll number I'm trying to print rno. Okay, like now observe, what is the need of positional only arguments? What is the advantage we are going to get? Now the maja will come in the picture. Have a look once, sir. Sir, I want to call this function. This is the function who wrote API developer. Okay, API function other. You wrote some library developer, if you wrote. So the client, the person who is calling is considered as the user or client assume. How a person can call this function? Okay, remember that how a person can call this function. Display. Okay, here is it valid or not? Durga, age is okay, age is 14 and 101, something like I'm taking, okay, something like. So can you please confirm, is it valid or not? Is it valid function call? Hey, please respond. Is it a valid function call? Yes. Some clients, client means user, sir. Client or user can call like this. Some client may call name is equal to age is equal to, sir, roll number is equal to, like this. Some client or user can call in this style. Is it valid or not? Valid. Some clients may call like this also. Is it valid or not? Please confirm. Is it valid or not? Yes. All the three function calls perfectly valid. I'm not saying anywhere error, right? Okay. So until 3.7 version, happily you can call this function like this. Okay, because we are not having any positional only parameters. That concept is not there. Okay, valid, right? Now there is a bigger problem is there in this. What is the reason is, there is a bigger problem is there in this. What is the reason? What is the problem is, Ray, Ray, you can pass the values either by positional or by keyword. Either by positional or by keyword. Some clients passing, calling by passing positional. Some clients are passing by calling by passing values by keyword. Okay, like so. How many clients are there? Multiple clients are there. Like now, my question is, the person who wrote this function, he want to change a parameter name, roll number, okay, like he changed the parameter name. Now observe, now observe, array the person, I wrote this function, rno means confusion the people are feeling, that's why I changed roll number like. Next name is there, I changed a full name, okay, name is full name, something like I took, sir. Now if I do this type of changes, is this function calls will work or not? Yes, respond. Is this function calls will work or not? Yes, this one won't work. This one also won't work. Are you getting? But the first one is going to work. The first one is going to work. So without affecting client, we are not in a position to change our parameter names. Are you getting right? So if I'm changing any parameter name, so some client function calls may not work. Have you observed? May not work. That's why without affecting client, so we can't change, we can't change parameter names based on our requirement. Okay, so you have this restriction is there, because you never told you how to pass the values by keyword, by positional only, you didn't highlight, that's why the problem is coming. Okay, like but now what I have to do is, now take a bit very very special care. What I want to take, let me take arnam. Okay, here name is there, here name is there, here r no is there, here name, and then here r no is there. Okay, like comma forward slash I took, comma forward slash I took. Every client compulsory he has to call with the positional arguments only, correct, right? Respond. Compulsory, he should call positional arguments only. He can't call by using keyword, because these names are not fixed. Maybe a chance of changing. Don't worry about these names. Don't worry about these names. Compulsory, you require to pass the three values. That's all. Order is important. First value is going to be considered for the first parameter. Second value will be considered for second parameter. Third one is going to be considered. Okay, like sir, now perfectly it's working. Now tomorrow, if I change this one, full name, next and after that, here roll number, if I can take, here full name, and here roll number, like, can you please confirm, is there any effect on the client? Is there any effect on the client? No effect, no effect. Without affecting, okay, client or user, we can change, sir, our internal parameter names, no problem at all. If you want this flexibility, so if it is the positional only argument, it is possible. Are you seeing the big benefit of positional only argument or not? Respond. Is it possible or not? Yes. So if the arguments are positional, if arguments are positional only, if arguments are positional only, then if the arguments are positional only, then we can modify or we can change variable names, no problem at all. So this is one biggest benefit of positional only parameters. Clear, right? Any doubt? Okay. If I'm not taking this one, someone is telling, sir, if I'm not taking this one, if I'm not if I'm taking this one, everyone should call like this only, right? If I'm taking, because of this, I'm restricting every client should call like this only. Every client should call like this only. Suppose if it is not there, if it is not there, either they guarantee every client is going to call like this. Ramnarayan, either they guarantee every client is going to call like this. No, no. Some clients may pass the values by parameter. Then the changes we should not do. Remember, that's why. So if I'm taking this one, if the parameter names are not important, if the parameter names may be changed in the future, highly recommended, better to declare those parameters as positional only with the forward slash. One use case. Any doubt? Can I go for next use case? What is the advantage of these positional only parameters? Okay. Now here see this one. See, second case is also very important, sir. Assume that. Sir, of course, same thing only. Now listen carefully. Sir, here, what is my second important case? Is observe carefully, right? Which parameter names are used? Can you please confirm? What is the parameter names are used? Full name, age, roll number. Okay, assume parameter names parameter names are secured. Parameter names are secured. I don't want to expose to the outside world. To the outside world. Hey, so we don't want to expose to the outside world. Okay, how you can do these type of things, sir? If it is not there, if it is not there, some clients may use these parameter names or not. Yes, these parameter names, some clients may use these parameter names, but if I do like this, okay, he should call like this only. He don't know internally which parameter names I use. Okay, API means, do you know this is the library I developed? Why I have to highlight my internal names to the outside people? Have you observed my internal parameter naming convention? Why I have to highlight to the outside people? If I'm going to highlight, maybe a chance, oh, this person is using this parameter name, automatically compulsory he may provide some default value, maybe a chance of hacking. So you are providing the hints for the hacking sake. Okay, why I have to highlight my internal? Okay, this is the library. This is the library I developed, sir. Boss, if you want to use this library, just pass the three values. My function is going to take, by using these three values, it is doing some activity and it's going to provide the result. That's all. Internally, which parameter names I used? Sorry, that thing is not your business. Have you observed? By default, we are going to get security or not? Yes. Okay, assume parameter names are secured. We don't want to expose to the outside world. then obviously positional only parameters is the solution. Have you observed? Yes, friends, seems to be small concept, but internally there is a big internal reasons are there. Okay, API developers, I'm the library owner, I'm the library author, sir. Okay, so I want to highlight this functionality, okay, to outside world. Why internally which parameter names are used? What is the need of highlighting that person? Hey, you should pass values. Don't use any parameters. How you can restrict that? By using this slash. Are you feeling comfortable about second one? Please respond. Okay. Now there is one more use case is also there, sir. What is that use case is third use case is there. Very important, sir. Very important. Do you know class object oriented programming? Object oriented programming concept you may aware. Yes, friends. Okay. In that class, base class, child class like we can have. Okay, class assume that parent class parent class. Def m1 method is there, self comma a comma b, self comma a comma b, a comma b like this I'm taking. Print parent parent method, print parent method. So a comma b like this I'm trying to take, or a plus b. Okay, like I'm taking, sir. Now this is the parent method. Class child I'm trying to take, which is the child class of parent. Okay, here I'm not writing any code. Is it valid or not? Yes, friends, is it valid or not? Can you please confirm? Hmm, valid, right? Automatically automatically is this method is available to the child or not? Parent class methods by default available to the child. Parent class methods by default available to the child. Now c is equal to child. I'm creating an object of child class. Now c dot m1 of 10 comma 10 comma 20 I'm taking. C dot m1 of 10 comma 20. Please confirm, is this code is the valid or not? 100% pakka it is the valid. Okay, here 100% pakka itself is the valid. What is the output we are going to get? So the parent method, the output is the 30 parent method. Like the output what we are going to get is 30 is the answer we will get. Any doubt about this one? Parent class methods by default available to child class. Yes, it is the valid. Now if you are not having positional only parameter, in this also there is one problem we are going to face. What the problem is, I didn't feel that much comfortable with this implementation. Can I override this method in the child class or not? Yes, why not? We can do, right? Have you remembered? We can override if the child class not satisfied with the parent method implementation in the child. Happily you can override, no problem at all. But here just observe, here assume that okay, earlier how I called this method is, assume that, sir. Earlier how I called this method is a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, like this perfectly itself is valid. Okay, here just observe py test.py perfectly itself is the valid. There is no problem at all. Assume that I'm passing the values by keyword, no issue. Now I'm not feeling that much comfortable. I want to override this method in the child class. Okay. While overriding, we have to use the same method name. Same method name. But is there any rule compulsory you should use the same variable? No. You can use any variable, no problem at all. You can use any variable, no problem at all. Okay. Now I'm trying to use x comma y, x comma y, x comma y. Now here I'm trying to take child method. x plus y. Now I'm trying to take child method x plus y. Okay. Can you please confirm, is this method call will work or won't work? Mm-hmm. Is this method call will work or won't work? Won't work. Won't work. Because this method call earlier is talking about this one. Okay, where A and B are available. But the object is the child class object. It is always going to give the priority for the child only. In the child, there is no x and y. We have, yeah, there is no A and B. We have x and y. Are you getting? So while overriding, compulsory, we should use the same parameter names if you are not having positional only arguments. Remember, now what I want to take is here, let me take here forward slash. If I use forward slash, can you please confirm what will happen? At the beginning, the person should not call like this. The person should not call like this. Okay. He is always going to pass the values only. Values only. Now, is this method will work or not? Can you please confirm? If it is not there, it will work. If it is there, automatically it's going to work. No problem, right? Either child class parameters are either x or y and so on, no problem at all. Any variable names you can use. Okay, so is it a flexibility or not? Respond. Is it a flexibility or not? Yes. While overriding, if parent class, if positional only parameters are available, we are not required to use the same variable name. You can use any variable name because our callers never going to call by parameter. They are always going to pass the values only. So it is also flexibility. Okay. While overriding in the child class, arguments need not be same. The arguments need not be same. Please take a bit very special care. If we are going to use positional only parameter, this type of benefit is also there. Okay, all these things are internal things. What is the main reasons behind introducing this concept? Positional only parameters. So if the caller is always passing values by position, what benefits we are going to get? Clear? Can I go for next point? Respond. Yeah. uh, Iruvala, we will discuss, don't worry. What about keyword only parameter? What is the use? I will discuss that. But anyway, positional only parameters, what is the need? Why this concept came in the 3.8 version? Next, there are two more things I have to highlight for you people. What is that is? Now listen carefully. Listen carefully, right? This is, there are two important hidden benefits also there. If I can take A comma B comma C, A comma B comma C comma D comma E. Okay, print. Just I'm trying to take A, B, C, D, D, E. I'm trying to take. Now observe, F1 A is equal to 10, E is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. Next, D is equal to 40, B is equal to 50. Like this I'm taking. Is it valid or not? I respond. Is it valid or not? Valid. Okay, valid. 10, 50, something like it's a valid because you are passing all the values, but order is not important. Okay, now I'm taking something like 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50, something like this. Is it valid or not? Yes, it is a valid. It is also valid. Now listen a bit very carefully. It is also valid. Now processing of which function call is the easy for the Python virtual machine? Either first function call or second function call. Processing which function call is the very easy? Either first one or second one. Believe me, second one is the very easy because array first value first variable, second value second variable, third value third variable, fourth value fourth, fifth one fifth. That's all. But in the first case, A value 10. So where is the B? Where is the B? Here B is there. Where is the C? Here C is there. Where is the D? Where is the E? Like, do you know? Parsing and handling keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Parsing and handling keyword arguments. Okay, slow. By it is very slow. Is slow. That's why if we are using more number of keyword argument, performance will become low. Performance will become low. Remember this one, sir. But parsing and handling positional arguments, is fast. That's why performance will be more. Remember this one. So if the parameters are not, parameter names are not important, okay, so highly recommended, better to declare as positional only, so that color is always going to pass. Positional only. So the biggest advantage what we are going to get is, so performance improvements also by default there. Feeling comfortable? Respond. Are you feeling comfortable? If you feel okay, the parameter names are not that much meaningful, names are not that much important, happily you can pass values. Why you have to highlight these names? So if I call without passing the values, see, without passing keyword, just I'm passing the values, positional only argument, the biggest advantage, performance by default will be improved. So performance improvements also there. Performance improvement also there. Okay, like, can I go for one more advantage? This is the last one, don't worry. Yeah, so all these internal reasons, but you should aware how to use positional only parameter. What is the meaning of slash in the function declaration? That's what you should aware. Okay, fifth one, can I respond? Can I go for that? But then I don't think, okay, it won't use hashing, don't worry. Okay, now here last, this is the clear, very important, sir. Suppose I'm taking, assume that there is one Python function is there. Assume that there is a Python function is there. Python inbuilt function. Python inbuilt function is there, sir. X, Y, Z function is there, which is going to take A, B, C. Okay, like, assume that this is the Python inbuilt function in the library. Assume this function is there, sir. Assume this function is there. Do you know? So how you can call this function? I'm calling XYZ function by passing A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30, something like I can pass. Now, sir, simple I can pass 10, 20, 30 also. Simple I can pass 10, 20, 30 also. Assume that, sir. So sometimes I may pass, sir, 10, 10, 20, 20, okay, like R. Sometimes I may pass 10, okay, here see this one, 10, 20 C is equal to 30, 10, okay, like, all these function calls are going to be valid or not? Please confirm. Yes, for this function, all these function calls are going to be valid. But here one small, is it Python inbuilt function or not? Yes, this Python inbuilt function. Most of Python inbuilt functions are implemented in C language. Remember this one. So this inbuilt function, Python inbuilt function is implemented in C language. Whenever we are calling this function internally, it is going to call C language function, which is going to execute to perform our required activity. Okay, well, now my question is, observe very carefully. Internally, is it calling C function or not? Hey, please confirm, calling C function or not? Yes, internally it is going to call C function. But the C function is always expecting positional arguments or keyword arguments. Yeah, it's always expecting positional arguments or keyword arguments. Please respond. C language function. In C language, Java language, C++, keyword arguments are not there. Only positional arguments are there. Okay, only positional. C language function is always expecting positional, but you are passing a keyword. Now again, these are things we have to parse and we have to reframe again to call the C function. Have you observed? If the keyword arguments you are passing, then calling C function directly may not possible. But if you are passing positional arguments, calling directly C function internally, it is always possible. Have you observed, right? Are you seeing the difference? Okay. So internally, library compatibility is more if we have positional only arguments. Because C language supports only positional. That's why. Suppose here you may pass like this: xyz c is equal to 30, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20 is taking, sir. Sir, have you observed? Internally, which is the a value, which is the b value, which is the c value, we have to identify, and by passing that we have to call C function 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now observe this. So if you are passing like this, calling this one, if you are passing like this, calling this one, which is a very easy, first one or second one? Are you seeing the difference, right? This is another problem internally. So C language libraries, so if you want to call compatibility, if you require positional only arguments, is going to provide more compatibility. Please take a bit very special care. That is the reason why this concept came in 3.5 version explicitly, why they introduced it, right? So can you please confirm what are various advantages of positional only arguments? Sir, almost 5 points I covered. Okay. Without affecting colors, we can change. Without affecting colors, we can change function parameter names. Yes, this is one advantage. Next, we are not required to expose our internal parameter names to the outside world. Okay, and hence we will get a security. Hence we will get a security. Okay, like we will get a security. Okay, like next, the third ones are while overriding parent class method, parent class method, parent class method in child class. While overriding parent class method in child class, we are not required to use same variable names, same parameter names. Okay, like next, performance will be improved or not? Hey, respond. Performance will be improved. Next, sir, more compatibility. There is a compatibility between Python function calls and the corresponding C language calls. Okay, there is compatibility, more compatibility, okay, like between Python function calls, and the internal C language calls. Yeah, beautiful. Are you feeling comfortable? Really? So positional only argument seems to be only one slash, but really there are big n number of benefits are there because of this concept. That's why the people introduced in the 3.8 version. Clear, right? Next, one important point you have to evaluate, sir. So when we have to go for positional only and a keyword only, okay, positional only versus keyword only. When we should go for positional only, when we should go for keyword only, okay, if the parameter names are not important, if the parameter names are not important and are not having any meaning, and are not having any meaning is not there, sir. Meaning is not there. Okay. And there are only few arguments, and there are only few arguments. Okay, like there are only few arguments. Array, two or three are there. Okay, two or three, you never going to get confusion. Better to go for positional only arguments. Are you feeling comfortable? Yes. Okay. It means sequence. If the parameter names are not important and not having any meaning, and there are only few arguments, only few arguments. Okay. So then positional only arguments in the order. Automatically order will be considered. Order is important, Ravi. Sequence. Order is important because positional, right? It's always going to consider based on the order. Okay. Next, very important, sir. If parameter names, parameter names, sir, having meaning, sir, having meaning, and function definition, and the function definition means implementation, and the function implementation is more understandable with these names, more understandable with these names. Okay. So observe that if a parameter names having meaning, sir, if a parameter names having meaning and function implementation is more understandable with these names, then parameter names are important, sir. Better to go for keyword only arguments. That's it. Someone asked about this question. Are you feeling comfortable when we should go for keyword only? When we should go for positional only? Okay. Sir, parameter names are not important, sir. So there is no meaning. Okay. Just you have to pass some three values or four values. Okay. Then better to go for positional only. Don't strict to keyword. Sir, sometimes the parameter names are very important, sir. Very important. Very important. Suppose I have a function. I have a function. Okay, open something like open is there. Okay, driver, comma, browser, something like. Do you know? So driver, browser. Okay, like I'm trying to take. Okay, separator like. Do you know? Have you observed? So the total functionality, so driver means by using which driver you have to open this browser instant, so which is separator is required. So array functionality is always talks about these names, then better to go for keyword only. Getting the point? Something like more meaningful. Okay, the words are more meaningful, highly recommended, better to go for keyword only in such type of cases. If you are going for selenium API, selenium API, n number of times this type of thing is going to come. Okay, so their keyword only argument sometimes maybe matters a lot because the functionality is meaningful based on these names. That's it. Is that clear, right? So these are various things what you have to aware, sir. Okay, keyword only arguments not there in other languages. Keyword only arguments not there in other languages. Keyword only arguments are only available in Python. C language, C++, Java, keyword only arguments are not there, or keyword arguments are not there. Okay, that's all, friends. This is about. So what is the meaning of what is the meaning of slash symbol, star symbol in the function declarations?